Sandro Rodriguez, my friend, my man. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, man.
Man, I look when we were just contacting each other and everything, and you were tapping in with Monologue Mondays before it was a podcast
Yes.
too, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about how we really know each other and everything like that. What's our connection? But I'm so happy to have you here, man.
Thanks,
I like just when you told me it's like my episode dropped. I'm ready to let's do it. Let's talk, let's get it. And I was like, yes, gotta have him on the show. So we're rocking, man. But hey, that's enough of me. You tell the people who you are, what you do, and everything like that. Introduce yourself.
I want to say one thing real quick, man. I want to just first say congratulations to you because I've been watching your Monologue Mondays on Instagram when you were going live, and I saw your growth there. So to see you have a platform now, a podcast where you're bringing in creators on here, it's amazing to see that, man, and still continuing to do great work in acting. I'm proud to see that, man, as a team member. So I wish you nothing but success, man. So I appreciate what you do, man. For real.
Thank you so much, bro. That means a lot. Thank you.
Far from me, my name is Sandro Rodriguez. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Raised in Southwest Detroit. I lived in LA for a little bit where my acting career pretty much started.
Okay.
And you know how the game is. It's a fun racket. It's a fun thing to do. But at the same time, it's also, you got to put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do some stuff you don't want to do. But it's just the name of the game.
It's the name of the game, man. So you just said it. You just talked about just being from Brooklyn to Detroit to LA and back to Detroit. Like, what's the difference, man? Like, what did you experience with all just that bouncing around?
I mean, it's definitely a different vibe in New York. It's funny because the New York vibe is attitude.
Uh-huh. This is so funny. I was just on set with some actors from New York this weekend. They are hilarious to me.
And then when I came to Michigan, it's more chill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least where I grew up, because I came here in like I would say in the late 80s. And so it was real chill. So I came here with an attitude, but then I ended up becoming polite. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. So it was almost like I give you the finger, but tell you have a nice day.
Right.
So
nice balance.
I got a little bit of both and all that. So it was just a cool experience and stuff like that. And it was just very different. And also, too, I remember in New York, I grew up living in buildings, project buildings and all that. And so it was very different when I come from there to Michigan and I'm living in these suburbs.
Yeah.
And these, places where you see on TV, you're like, oh my God, I want to see that one day.
Yeah.
So it's very, very culture shock.
Okay.
At the beginning and all that. So it's very quiet and very, especially in New York and Brooklyn, it's very loud and people playing music all the time.
Yeah.
And then you come to Michigan, everything is real quiet.
So artistically, how did going from Michigan to LA to Brooklyn, like how did that affect you in the way you approach the art now?
It got me to, as far as be creative, as far as, different personalities.
Okay.
So I definitely, if someone asked me to play, a character with the New York vibe, I know how to bring that character in there.
Yeah.
Detroit is a little bit more, I feel like I can still bring in that vibe, but I know how to keep it to where it's concealed where you can't see it.
Okay.
And then in the LA scene, it's different because in the LA it was almost like when I was living over there, what I got to pick up on, I lived in like Inglewood.
Okay.
So it was like in the middle borderline of the hood and in the suburbs. So it was almost like New York and Detroit combined.
Okay.
So I was able to pick up both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of conceal. I feel like with the West Coast and the East Coast was more, I was aware of what's going on. And then the other ways I was able to conceal the other way.
Which one's the fastest? Like just the lifestyle fastest? Boom, boom, boom.
I would say New York.
New York, just always on the go?
Yeah, because I feel like, everybody's moving.
Okay. That's funny to me.
In LA, it's different because in LA, people are too, but everybody has cars and stuff like that. Where in New York, man, everybody's on the subway, moving, buses, everybody's moving around a lot.
So when I was on set, I'm not gonna say the names, but when I was on set, because it was another actor from Detroit, but then went to NYU and finished out in NYU, then came back here, and he said he would never live in New York. He said he loved New York, but he would never live in New York. And he said it's because it seemed like everybody got a chip on their shoulder. Is this true? Is this
that is the attitude?
Okay.
Like when you see people in New York, it's like in Detroit you could walk around and you could be like, yo, hey, what's up, man? And some people just be like, yo, what up? In New York, it's different. I don't know how it is now. I haven't lived over there so long, but it could be like that. People just walking around with just an attitude.
Yeah.
That's just the attitude of New York and stuff like that.
And he said that. He said they were they were asking like, what you want? Like what you want? Because he said everybody's always going somewhere. So if you're saying what up, it's like, do you need something? If not, I gotta go where I'm going.
But it also depends where you're at too, because it's changed now. Like New York is not what it was when I used to go over there in the 90s.
Okay.
Very different. You go now, everything is really, They have their coffee shops. Everybody's hanging out.
Okay.
It's
the vibe has changed a bit.
It's very much changed over there. So it's I hate to even use this word, but gentrified.
Okay. Yeah. We talking plain.
So they eliminated a lot of the like where my father lives. When I used to go there in the mid '90s, it was a lot of Puerto Ricans around. And over the years, it got gentrified. They eliminated a lot of them. There's still some there. Like there was this thing they wanted to. So in the street where my father lives, it says the Avenue of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Right. They named it that street, and they wanted to remove the name of that for whatever reason. But they ended up not doing it, so the name is still there. So the area where he lived at, they still call it the Avenue of Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's okay. That's dope. Yeah.
But when everything started to get gentrified, pretty much they wanted to eliminate all that, and it was because they were bringing in the money in, and that's fine if you want to bring the money in. But I feel like you can eliminate the riffraff and keep the hardworking people living there.
So what? Since we're talking about that, what pushed you out of there? Like it was it? Because I mean, New York is New York, right? Acting, theater, New York is New York. So you would think as an artist, you would kind of want to be there. But what pushed you? Like I'm gonna go this way.
So as far as pushing me out of New York,
yeah.
So the reason why I left New York is my mom and dad divorced.
Okay.
So her family was in Michigan.
Gotcha.
So that's what it is. So I really didn't get into the arts in New York.
Okay.
I didn't experience the arts until I left to LA.
Okay.
Like I did like plays when I was in school in Detroit, Michigan, but I still didn't pursue it like I am doing it now.
Okay.
I didn't take acting classes, none of that stuff. Like that. It wasn't until I moved to LA that I really went and pursued it.
So did you take acting classes out in LA or where did you?
So what I did here, I took improv classes at Second City.
Okay.
And then when I moved to LA, I went to Van Mar Academy, which is a really good school.
Okay.
For young actors and stuff like that. I did that for a little bit, and I took a couple of classes with Carolyn Berry.
Oh, okay, nice.
She was known for getting a lot of actors, getting a lot of commercials and stuff like that. So I did that, and then I got into stand-up comedy, which was something that I was not expecting.
So that's something I wanted to ask you because you said improv, you did stand-up and acting and TV and film. So which one feels the most like home to you and why? Like which one is like I can live here on TV or film or on stage?
Stand-up is cool. I love stand-up.
Okay.
Stand-up makes it's more freeing. You can kind of be yourself. Where when you're an actor, as you know, they give you a script. This is what you say. You can't really go off a script too much unless the director wants you to do that.
Please let us.
For the most part, he wants you to stick to the script.
Yeah.
And so with comedy, I feel like I'm writing my story. I know what I'm going to talk about today.
You know the narrative and everything.
I know where I'm going with this. So I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. No one's going to say, hey, son, you can't say that. Even though we are living in a time where you got to watch what you say.
Because y'all will cancel us in a minute.
And they'll be like, hey, I don't like what you just said. You got to go. But I don't do material that is cancelable. I don't think people would want to. I don't get to that level.
Okay.
But I like stand-up comedy because it puts you in a position where you can kind of, like I said, write your own narrative there, say what you want, be free with it. Where acting, someone's telling you, hey, you got to say this, that, and the other. Improv, I enjoyed improv because it got you to be more loose.
Okay.
So for a lot of times, you can do something like, we get nervous when we're on set.
Absolutely,
nature, you want to, even doing something like this, person can get nervous if they're not always on camera all the time. What improv does, improv just helps you to kind of just loosen those muscles. Yeah. To be able to be like, all right, cool, and think off the cuff.
I mean, I love improv. To me, is like one of the best styles of acting because you could go, and I love when you do have that freedom. Like if the director gives you that freedom, and usually, let me let y'all know this: that freedom usually is within the blueprint of what they already have. Yeah. It's just not make a whole nother movie. You know what I'm saying? But that's I love that. So with comedy, how did you? Because you said you didn't. How did that happen? Did you find out you was funny? It was always funny. Like what happened?
So I was always told I was funny.
Okay,
but. That's like when your mama tells you can sing, you're not supposed to sing.
Right.
It's not for you to go out and cut an album. It's just she's just being sweet to you because you're her baby.
Right.
But I was always known from people here in Michigan because I was always around, and I just like to be having a good time, having a fun time. Mm-hmm. But never ever thought of pursuing comedy like that. Funny thing though is I used to always watch comedy as a kid. Yeah. But I never put those two and two together. I just like laughing. And so when I went to LA, a buddy of mine who was doing comedy at the time invited me to go see a show at the Comedy Improv. And afterwards, we decided to go hang out, and we're hanging out in a restaurant, and I'm just talking. Yeah. Me myself, man, making them laugh, whatever. And they're like, dude, you ever done comedy? I'm like, I ain't done comedy, dude. He's like, you should try it. I'm like, I'm not a comedian, dude. Because I'm thinking of the greats, Eddie Murphy, Ronnie Dangerfield. Those are comedians to me.
Yeah.
You know, George Carlin. So I'm like, nah. He goes, you know what? How about this? I'm gonna get this venue where I'm gonna be doing shows, and I want you to come just MC the show. So I'm like, all right. I said, but listen, man, I'm not doing stand up though.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, I can't do stand up. So I'll go up there, I'll introduce people, and that's it. So he says to me, okay, cool. So we go do our first show over in Silver Lake, California, and packed room.
Yeah.
Go on stage, and hey guys, how you doing? My name is Sandro. The next comedy coming to the stage, such and such. Bring him on. And then he goes, no, dude, I need you up there talking. I'm like, dude, I told you I'm not a comic, man. And so all of a sudden that comic finishes, and then I get on stage, and he's like, no. So he kind of was like, he was kind of mad that I wasn't there. I said, man, all right, let me go see what I can do. So I get up on stage, man. And this was the first time I ever got on stage and did something. So he gave me the mic, and I was nervous that I was looking to the ground, and I started talking out loud about things about my house, and people started laughing.
This is good.
And I was like, wow, this is weird. I'm like, and I'm just talking, about, living in my apartment. I live in this crappy apartment, this, that, and the other, and people are laughing, all this and that. And I look up, and people are just waiting for me to say more. So I said a few more things, and then, but it was all like unorganized, because remember, it wasn't a set.
Right.
I'm just talking, and I get off stage, whatever, and then my buddy, Angelo Sarukis, who's a comedian in L.A., very funny guy, he goes, you did a great, you were good up there. He was like, you should definitely go do comedy more. And I'm like, so he said that, I almost had the comedy bug.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So then my buddy used to run a room, the Belly Room, called at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
That's where a lot of Detroit comics go perform to now.
Comedy Store is huge, man.
Yeah, that's where everybody goes.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm going to put you up on my show on Thursday. It was like Thursday night he was doing that, I believe. And I was like, Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. He goes, I'm going to put you up on Friday. So mind you, he tells me this on Saturday, right? The night that I did good. Yeah. So I'm pumped. My ego has been stroked.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm naturally that guy.
I'm the next Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Whatever. No. Monday came, I'm pumped. Tuesday came, I'm pumped. Tuesday evening, I'm like, oh, I didn't write down a word. I didn't write no material whatsoever. Yeah. All of a sudden, bro, the day's coming closer. Finally, the day comes. And the day he booked me, of all days, he books me on Valentine's Day.
Oh, so it's packed.
So I get to the Comedy Store. Now, if anyone here has been to the L.A., but the Comedy Store, they always know there's people outside hanging out, whatever. It's empty. So in my mind, I'm thinking, cool, there's nobody here. Man, hell no. Everybody was there.
It was in there.
I go upstairs, that room, we did the Belly Room, it was packed. And I'm like, I call my boy Noah, I said, no, I can't do it. He goes, bro, relax, go get some water, something like that. He goes, you're going to open up? I said, no. He goes, all right, fine. I get somebody to open up, just go. Bro, I think I had about 5 or 6 glasses of water. I'm nervous. And at the time, I had wrote a joke. I can't remember it word for word, but I wrote a joke. This was when that whole incident happened between Chris Brown and Brianna. Okay. Brianna, when he hit her. So I wrote this joke about that. And I get on stage, finally they call me. And I get on stage, and when I got on stage, man, I drew a complete blank for a second. Because if you go to the Belly Room is a really small room, and the audience is like right there in front of you. Yeah. It's almost like it's like I'm sitting right here, and the comic's right there in front of me. So I'm drawing a blank for a second. And then all of a sudden, it's like, it hit me. I'm like, man, son, you here, bro. They here to see you, man.
Here. Come on.
Go ahead. So I opened up with that joke, and the audience ate it. Yeah. They started laughing. Now, the rule of comedy is when you go on stage, when you see the light blinking, it's time to wrap it up. Right. So I was only given 5 minutes. So I was so in the zone that I disregarded the light. I didn't pay attention to the light. And then I see this light flickering in the back. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, they need to change that light bulb or something, dude. No, it ain't that, man. The light, they're get off the stage, man. Right. So I said, all right, thanks. Come on. Then I said, good night, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. And then I got off stage, and I was like, I told my boy, Noah, dude, I think he goes, dude, you did 18 minutes. I'm like, what? I was on there for 18 minutes long. I'm like, what?
Was it 18 minutes of material, or was it just off the cuff?
I was just talking. I did write some stuff, but everything else was just talking. But the audience was just loving it. Yeah. They're loving the energy I stayed up there that long. He was like, no, man, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. Bro, but how did I do?
Right. So I'm new here. How did I do?
Yeah, and everybody that was even in the stage, was like, dude, you did a great job. And I was like, after that, man, that's where my comedy journey began. It just.
So was that the moment, like, at the Comedy Store that kind of, like, changed everything for you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. That day at the Comedy Store, after doing that set, was for me letting me know son, you're funny.
Yeah.
Like you're not just
At the
some
house
guy,
funny, family
you're not
funny.
just a guy that hangs out and he just could say silly things and that's it. You can actually hold an audience. Then after that, I started to write.
Okay.
So when I started to know how to write, then I gave myself, okay, I'm a comedian now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a good comedian, as anyone knows, there's a lot of them here in Michigan. You know how to, you got to write. You got to be able to write your material. You got to be able to write your delivery, your
It's the
punchline,
world we live in now, yeah.
Yeah, everything. So when I started to be able to know how to do that, then I felt more confident because now I can go up there and write a good 5-10 minute set, and I'm okay with that.
That's amazing.
It's not so much of like me just trying to go up there and
wing it, so to speak.
I don't want to do that. I know some people can do that, and that's great. But at the same time, when people go see comedians, they don't want to go see you up there just winging it because that can go anyway. That can go either good or bad.
So let me ask you this: two quick questions.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Who's my favorite comedian?
Yeah, like just you can watch him 100 times over.
I would say one of my favorite comedians is I really like George Carlin.
Okay.
And I like Dave Chappelle.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good blend. That's a good blend.
And the reason why I like those two guys is because their storytelling is impeccable. Like the way they tell stories is just so detailed. And like with Chappelle, he has a way of just pulling you in, and he's got a point to make, and which is great. But the point that he's making, he makes it, but he also makes it in a way where you can find it funny.
Yeah.
With George Carlin was very, like, he's got this bit online, if you ever get a chance to watch it, where he breaks down the 10 Commandments and making them into 2. I mean, the way he just puts it together, man. Yeah. And I was a fan of that. Like, I remember, and the funny thing is now, I watch a lot of the stand-ups now as an adult, because when I saw George Carlin, I was young. So I didn't know any of that.
Right.
I really didn't know what he meant by some of the stuff that he said. Now I watch it, I'm like, wow, this guy was deep.
Wow. So which one is more? My second question is, which one is more hard? Like, well, I ain't gonna say hard. I hate using. What's more challenging? Is it being an actor or being a comic on stage?
I would say an actor can become challenging, as you know this, because you want to stay in the character and you want to stay believable. You want people, because the thing with comedy is, I'm coming to see Sandro.
Yeah.
So Sandro's who I want to see.
Right.
Doing his thing. But when I go to a movie and I'm playing Alfredo, I don't want to see Sandro no more.
Yeah.
I want to see you play this guy.
Come on. Yeah.
I want to see this guy that, if you want me to believe it, because then all of a sudden I'm looking at it like, yeah, when I watch it, it's like I'm still watching San.
It's the worst, man, to go to a movie or go to a play, and God forbid it's somebody you know, and you like, oh, I just see the person I know.
Yeah, because it's almost like, did they really study the character? I mean, we have actors that are famous now.
Yeah.
That unfortunately, when they play in a movie, they play themselves.
They're all the time.
Like I see other movies of theirs, and it's the same character, just different dialogue.
We have to, at some point as actors, I'm going to say this, and it's not in what I had for today, but it just came to me when you said this. We have to learn how to embody these characters, like become these characters. It bothers me so much. And don't get me wrong, you do have actors on every level where you're like, okay, that's just them being them, but people buy into it, right? But then you at some point, like you said, when I go to a movie or I go see a play, I want to be in this world with you. I want to root or not root for this character. You know what I'm saying? But as our job as storytellers, as actors, to really embody this. So the next time you get a script, I don't want to say, I use myself because, people feelings get hurt when you start saying names. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to come and just see Marcus and be like, oh, Marcus was good in that thing being Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
You did a great job.
You're right. I want to be, you believe me, if I was Stan or whatever the character name is, I was them. And you believe the story that I was telling. So kudos to that you saying that, because that just really I wanted the audience to know that. And also, since I got y'all attention, because y'all thought I was going to say names, gotcha. I want you all to please put your comments in the comment section, questions, comments. We're going to read them because y'all know Peaches got me amped about this comment section. I love that thing. We're going to get in there and go crazy with the comments. So please, even if you have questions for myself or Sandro, just put them in there and we're going to get into it. So going back into this, I don't want to skip over what we just literally watched when the show came on. You was with one of the dopest comics working with him at Tyler. Well, you work for Tyler Perry Studios. So tell me, man, like, Tell me, how was it as an actor? And I know we got a journey, but just what did it mean to book that? What did it mean to go in there and work? What did it mean to watch it play?
So, all right, I get the audition, and my brother did it. My brother helped me do the audition for me.
Okay.
Shout out to Benny.
Hey,
my brother
Benny.
Ben. My brother Ben.
Not
our agent.
Oh, not our Benny. Oh, Ben. Your real brother, Ben.
My real life brother, Ben.
We love you too, Benny, but we talking about Ben.
Ben's a man too. No, but my real life brother, he I didn't have anybody to read lines with that day.
Okay.
So and it was late when we did it. So I called my brother Ben and I was like, hey man, I need you to do something for me right now. So he called me up. We did it on the computer. So we did the lines. We did it over and over and over again. He had a ball with it because if you saw, I don't know if we could curse on the show or not.
Well, I try to keep it down.
But there's a scene in the movie where Trouble curses at me. My brother, that was his line to me, right?
Okay.
So my brother had a ball saying that line. He was like,
over and over again.
He was like, "You nasty mother effer." He was like, "Oh, dude, I hope you get this part. I hope you get this part." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Cause that line is so funny."
Okay.
And she called you that, and I'm like, "All right, cool." So we do the audition, send it over. Benny, our Benny, gives it a thumbs up. He liked it. It's quiet. Finally, we get the audition.
Yeah.
We book it.
Okay.
I'm tripping.
Tripping. What was that? What was the tripping about?
Because I'm like, I booked it, dude.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who's been an actor, I've auditioned for a lot of projects. With Marvel, with NBC, a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen these scripts in front of me, and I'm like, to finally get one?
Yeah. People
don't realize to finally get one, it's just like, man, this is crazy. So when I booked that, our Benny, we talked. He was excited for me. I said, dude, I can't believe it. He goes, no. And Benny's funny because Benny's the type of person, manager, that he'll be like, no, believe it, man, because you're supposed to get it. I'm like, I know, Benny, but Benny, I'm just telling you, I can't believe it, man. I know I just can't believe it. But he was like, no, you got to believe it because it was meant for you. So we book it. Everything is great. Now they give me the dates to go film. I got to go to Atlanta. And it's still like I'm still tripping.
Is this really happening?
Yeah, I'm still like, oh my God, I just booked my first television show at that.
Yeah.
Okay? I've done short films here and there. This is my first television show that everybody all over the world can watch this. So I get there. They say, okay, you're going to come in on this day to come in just for your fitting and all that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I pull up to the pearly gates of Tyler Perry Studios.
Ain't it pretty?
It's so nice, dude. It's like you pull up there, you're like, this is cool, man. But let me tell you something that's funny. So when I pull up, right, okay, it's a long walk from the opening of the entrance to the building.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to call me a cab.
Oh.
They didn't. So I walked along, bro. I'm thinking to myself like, man, this is a prank, man. This foul.
They was hazing you.
I'm like, they just hazing me. I gotta walk. Then all of a sudden, the guy came to me. Oh, we could have drove you. I'm like, I'm already at the front door now. I don't need your help.
Right,
now.
I'm here now.
But I won't need you when I need to go back.
Right.
So I finally get inside in the building, man, and it's just like it's a beautiful building. And then you see, and when you get to the floor where they're filming, you see all the pictures, all the posters of all his movies, and I'm like, it's crazy because when I lived in LA, I remember the first thing that I ever watched. I used to work at this call center. I used to work at late nights from midnight to 8 in the morning. And I remember I was working with some coworkers. The first thing that I ever saw, because we were all sitting around watching a movie, was Diary of a
Mad Black Woman. Yeah,
the play.
The play. Yeah,
not the movie because the movie hadn't been done yet.
Right.
And I remember that. Never in a million years thinking I would actually be working on a Tyler Perry show.
Man. So okay, so you're in there.
So I'm in there.
You in there, and now you done what? So you went to makeup, everything, and then boom, you on set.
I'm in. The first day was fitting.
Okay.
They did everything. They took the cop suit out. Everything was cool. Next day I go in there. All right, they're like, all right, cool. We're gonna do the filming now. Anyone that's worked on a Tyler Perry show, they film a lot of pages.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And they don't do 2 takes. They're trying to get them done because they're trying to get to the next scene. Mm-hmm. And so I had to make sure that I was prepared because I might not get a second take to do this.
Ooh, yeah.
So when I did my lines, I got lucky with a second take only because the guy missed his mark. And I was
so it wasn't on you. Yeah.
It wasn't on me.
Right.
But I get the chance to do it again. Because
Yeah.
basically he basically was walking in and he walked in front of my camera. So he cut me off, so they had to redo it over.
Do they do multicam? Like they have more than one cam going?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So they did that there. And so we did the scene. And I got to do my scene with the girl who plays Trouble. Mm-hmm. She was really cool. Like because I was in the back room and I was like, I'm so nervous. And she's like, no, we got this, man. And next, like, can we rehearse? And she said, oh, absolutely. We went over our lines, and man, she was dynamite. So we go and we do the scene. So the first scene is me coming out of the bathroom. I say my lines to Trouble. All right, bet. That's the first scene. And then I'm like, I'm thinking I got to come back another day. And they're like, no, we're doing it. We're doing the next scene, the explosion. I'm like, word? Y'all doing it today? And I'm like, because I'm like, that's like the next day. Because I'm doing episode 411. This is 412. No, we're shooting it the same day. So now, my brothers and them thought it was CGI. It was not CGI.
I was going to ask you, bro, because so they really flung you through the air?
I'm going to tell you all that. Well, no, that explosion happened. Because somebody thought that was CGI. I'm like, no, that explosion happened.
So that was real fire and everything.
Kids don't play with fire. No, that explosion happened. So what it was, they had the ATF guy come in there. They had this thing that illuminated like flames, but then they had people in there with explosions and all that stuff in there.
Yeah, wow.
I had a stunt double.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is where they kind of did me dirty too on that one. That stunt double, they made him way bigger than what I was. Okay? I know I'm chubby, all right, y'all. And listen, the camera don't add nothing. This is what you see. I'm this big. That guy, he had on a fat suit.
So
but his fat suit was bigger than my fat suit.
Well,
So I was like,
he needed cushion to land, I guess.
Dude,
I don't know.
Bro. And it was funny. So they had him and they had him on a harness.
Okay.
So my scene was running back and forth, and then they pull him and they fling him, and that's who you see flinging. That's him.
Okay.
Now.
So real fire, real person in there.
Yeah. Now where I felt some of that pain was, so they had me running back and forth. Now, I'm older. I told you, I'm almost 50 years old, man. So I got a torn meniscus, and I got arthritis in my knees. Okay. You tell me I got to run up and down this hallway? Really?
So where's the stunt double for this?
I said, yeah, where's that guy? He can come and do this.
Right.
So he's like, the director goes, hey, son, I need you to just run back real quick. I'm like, all right, cool. So we running. Now, my knees were burning. They were burning, kid. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. And then I'm like, I run to there and I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, we cool. He goes, we got to do one more for safety. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
I thought we didn't do 2 takes.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, you told me we don't do 2 takes. He goes, I'm like, and then I'm talking to the young lady who was doing my makeup. She was real sweet. She goes, you did good. I said, look, man, I don't think I can win again.
Got to cry.
She was like, why? I said, because my knees are on fire right now, dude. So finally, she's like, no, you got this, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just afraid that my knee might give up on me, and I might fall mid-run. But I said, nah, son, come on, toughen up, man. You can do it, man. You can do it. And all of a sudden, the director goes, go, action. Bro, I ran, and I'm telling you, I ran so fast that I thought my body was going to go through the wall like a cartoon character. And he was like, cut, we're good. And I'm like, oh, dude, I had to sit down. My knees were killing me.
Was that your last take?
That was my last.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping. I'm like, if he says we got to do one for safety, I'm like, you know what, dude? Find somebody. I can't do it.
I can't do it. I gave you my
all. Benny, I can't run no more, dude. My knees are on fire, man. I'm done. But we did that, man. We shot the scenes and all that. The staff was awesome. Everybody was cool, man. They all made sure they took care of you. They fed you. Everything was cool. Everybody was really nice. Everything. I had a wonderful time on set, man. Yeah. And to be around, the creation of this guy's empire. Tyler Perry created this beautiful place. I mean, when you go there, because you're gonna book something there one day.
I like the way he's talking, and it's the truth.
And I was walking around there. He was building other parts of the studio because they were getting ready to film Bad Boys 3 or 4. Okay. I think because they were on 4 right now. I think.
Yeah, they are.
So they were getting ready to film that 4, there. Yeah. So his studio is massive. It's massive, dude. And he was still building other studios in there.
Because I think they also shot. Did they shoot some of Coming to America?
They shot some of it there, yeah.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But now he's just like, it used to be like an old army base.
Yeah.
So he's building that thing out to the nines. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Man, so you get this experience, you do all this stuff, and then boom, it's time to watch it. How does that part go?
So finally, the episode airs, right?
Yeah.
A year and a half later.
Y'all hear this? Movies take time. Shows take time sometimes.
So they film it, and my worry was, man, they cut me out of there. They edited me out of there. I'm not in the scene. Watch. It's going to happen again.
Your knees was hurt for no reason.
I know. I put my body through all that. And some people are like, well, you got paid. I'm like, I don't care about the money, dude.
I want them to see my work.
I want to see what I just did, man. And then Benny was like, did you get Benny would text me, and he was like, did you get the footage? I'm like, man, I don't even know when it's going to air, dude. They might not even bring the season back, man. I don't know, man. I think I did all this for nothing. Finally, I get the alert that the show's come back on it. November of 2024.
Okay.
I'm like, Ben, the episode's about to come out. Then the season starts. They do it one by one. They don't give you binge like Netflix does. They don't give you all of them all at once. So they start in November, and then when January comes, we're gonna go to a hiatus. I'm like, what?
I promise I was on this show.
I'm like, oh my God. So I tell Benny, I'm like, Benny, we ain't gonna see. We gotta wait, man, until they come back on the air. I don't know when they come back on the air. And so finally, I saw they made an announcement. Show comes back July.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. And then the episode comes on, man, and I just was like, man, it didn't come out. He was excited to see it, and I was at that point, man. My excitement just went over through the roof because it was like, you know, you do something like this, and you don't know what the expectations are going to be when it comes out, whether they're going to leave you in a scene or whatever.
Yeah, you never know
because it can get cut out. But I was left in there, and everything was left the way we filmed it. And I just remember being on set. It was funny because the scene that we saw, on the opposite side of that room, there's an entire crew back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on the other side of that wall, that's the director and that crew was there. So I'm telling my brother this. I'm like, there's a bunch of people in this room.
Yeah.
Like, it's just me, the young lady, and the two people that are in there. There's a gang of us in this room, dog. There's a bunch of people on the other side of that wall.
Like 30, 40 people in there doing a job.
They're just chilling in there. And I'm like, trust me, so it's not like just us right there.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just such a cool experience, man, to see how they turned that room. So that part of where we were filming, that is supposed to be a hotel room. The way they make it look is just amazing.
So do you think, so many things are coming to my mind now. So do you think that comedy being on that stage prepared you for having that many eyes on you at one time? Yeah,
because what comedy does for me, it eliminates the fear.
Okay.
Because I'm on a stage. And the difference on comedy, like I said, you're making these people laugh with what you wrote.
Yeah, yeah.
And you hope they laugh. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they might. So for me, I feel like that helps my confidence level.
Yeah.
Helps me to remember stuff too, because I feel like when I write comedy, I don't got nothing in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm not reading nothing.
Everything is here. Yeah.
It's something that I wrote down. I either put it on my phone and then I rehearse it later on. So being able to see a script and read it, now I just have to read it as a character, as opposed to just reading it as Sandro. That's what we were talking about a while ago, how you can read something and it may not come out as real because you're just reading it as yourself.
Yeah.
You have to create a character now to be able to deliver that line. So with doing stand-up, it's me. And even then, you know, I feel like you can do some sort of a character as a comedian too, but not into where it's not you. It's just however you speak or your movement and stuff like that.
It's more like the rock star version of you. Yeah. In a sense. Okay. I get, so I just love this, man, because I always respect comedians, because I feel like personally to make somebody laugh is one of the hardest professions in the world. And it's not a very forgiving one. If you ain't funny, you ain't funny. Like and people will tell you, you know what I mean? So to be able to take that and translate that into your acting, as far as having a bunch of people in the room and working at. Now, I got to ask this question. This can go messy. Maybe. I'm not sure. It might be my moment. No, I'm not. We'll see. It's not that deep of a question at all. But what is the difference? Because, you know, I've worked on studio stuff too, but people get tired of hearing my mouth. So what's the difference from being on a studio project and versus doing indie? Because you also have been on a Tubi original, which is Rose Gold, right?
Yep, Rose Gold.
So you know that you've been in both worlds. So what's the difference?
The difference, well, I would say that on the Tyler Perry set, they're moving fast. Mm-hmm. They don't have time. They're moving quick. When we did Rose Gold, you know, we're doing our scene and stuff like that, but they're just doing that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
So that scene is all we're filming in that moment because they might have to move to a different location.
Right.
Where we're doing two scenes in that same location, but they're moving rapid. So they don't have time for you to figure yourself out. And no, they're moving quickly. So when the director says, "Hey, we got to go. We got to hurry up," because I think they do like 40 pages a day.
Woo,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pages. People don't understand. If you got like 6 to 10 pages, is a lot. It's really a lot of work. Y'all, there's a lot that goes into this stuff. Yeah. But 40 pages a day?
30 to 40 pages a day. So imagine if the young lady I did the scene with, if she's in more scenes, that's a lot of dialogue for her to remember and to stay in the character. It's a lot that they have to shoot and stuff like that. So that's very different. They're fast paced. They're moving really, really quick and stuff like that. And right when we filmed, all right, wrap it up. Let's go. Next scene. They were done. They were gone. I was like, that's it? I'm like, they were ready for the next one.
Thank you, we're done. We're moving on.
Yeah, they had to move around. They had to move around to do the next.
So it's more of the pacing. It's a little bit quicker. I mean, obviously they run a tight ship, and somebody like Tyler Perry, you have the resources and the funds to do that. But I always tell people it costs you nothing to be professional. You won't be able to run that the way he runs that without having professionals and everybody being professional. So that's just more of the difference that you kind of experience with them. Okay, cool. This is my other question. Here we go. So now people don't know. We talked about it a little bit that you're focusing more on social media and sketches now.
Yeah, so that's something that I've always wanted to do before. But it's always just trying to find people that want to do what you want to do as well, and then the time and stuff like that. And bless you, by the way.
That's for Peaches. I told y'all she's here all the time.
So, and it's just, and now I know people that I can involve in, yourself, Sierra, stuff like that. So now I've been writing, I've written characters already, and now I'm just trying to write the sketches now, completion, and then I'll go film them and stuff like that. Because I've always loved, I'm a big fan of, early SNL days, in Living Color, the Cara Burnett show.
Oh, yeah. The Cara Burnett, yeah. Variety shows.
Yeah. Even when I was a kid in New York, they were actually called, before anything else, they were variety shows. It would be like, I don't know, Channel 7, it'd be an hour show, it was a variety show, and they played characters. I've always been a fan of that. I love stand-up comedy, but I've always been a fan of just creating a character and just having fun with it. So I wanted to do something like that. During the pandemic, I had started my podcast where I was talking to other comics and stuff like that, and a lot of comics had a lot of time because we were doing it through Zoom. Now everybody's working again, so it's not so easy to just do Zoom calls anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I still want to do that because I want to talk about films and everything, because I just I love movies and everything like that. But I want to be able to get back to, sit down and writing sketches again and be able to include people that want to do stuff like that maybe have never done it.
Yeah, I've never been in, I'm all game. I've never been in anybody's sketches. So so I'm all game for it. So what do you feel like it'll be harder or easier or just different building an audience for that?
No, there's an audience for sketch comedy. If you look on TikTok right now, there's a lot of people that have created, these sketches on here, and they have an audience for. People want to laugh, man. The funny thing is, people think, there's so much garbage on social media. We know this.
Yes.
From politics, from everything. There's so much out there that we as entertainers, creators, myself, yourself, other actors, comedians out there, we need to get together and build a community of comics, actors, where we can write and make sketches and put it to the world. But not everybody has the same vision as you do. Yeah. And you have to create your own vision and then see who else wants to be in it and include those with you and build it that way. And
I like that you just said that, because I heard this guy say one time that he said, if you go chasing butterflies, he said it'll be pretty hard to catch them. Yeah. But he said if you build a garden, the butterflies will come to you. Of course. So, and I like that's what you're saying. You know what? Instead of trying to see who, I'm just going to build this thing and then attract those people, those creatives to come and be a part of what I'm doing.
Because eventually what's going to happen is, I've learned this, once you build something, because right now everyone doesn't like to be around when it's the idea. Right. When it's the idea.
Infancy of it, yeah.
I don't like, it's the idea. That means he might do it, he might not do it. Mm-hmm. But when you do it, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm pretty sure, same thing with what you're doing here. I'm going to do a podcast. You should come on my show. Okay, we'll get the podcast first, and then we'll talk. Yeah. Now you've got the podcast, right? Now you're doing this. I'm pretty sure everyone's like, man, I want to be on your podcast now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's done already. So it's almost like, but my thing is I want to build it, and the people who want to get involved, the real people, I'll see who they are, and they'll jump on. But I don't want to be it to where I'm the only one writing. I want to tap into your talent as well. Yeah. You want to collab. The thing about it is there's a lot of people out there that are funny, but they may not know how to put it to sketch writing. Yeah. Okay, so then form a group. Listen, if if Adam Sandler and his boys can do it, if Seth Rogen and his crews can do it, why can't we do it? We can do it. That's all really what it is. I'm looking to create something like that to where you have someone here that wants to put it together, and everyone has, because everyone's going to have their strengths. Yeah. Everyone's going to have their strengths of what they're looking at, and everyone puts in, okay, look, I can do this, I can add this, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's assembled. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you this, man. I'll be your butterfly. I'll come to your garden. No, I'm serious, though. You know what I mean? Like, I said this last episode, but I mean it when I say it.
I want to see people win so much.
100%.
Like, because there's so much winning out here. You know what I mean?
100%.
And we can win in so many different ways, but it's just a matter of coming together with the right people. You know, it has to be the right people, and then doing something amazing together, because you just never know that one thing that you paint, build, film, or whatever will be the thing that the world loves.
Listen, man, there's room for everybody to win here.
Yeah.
There should never be it should never be I don't want that person to win. We should all want each other to win.
Yeah.
I want every comedian that I know out there, every actor that I know out there. I get excited when I see other comedians get opportunities. That is because that inspires me.
Yeah.
I get excited when I see other actors. When I see you guys book something. When I see Sierra or John or Penny, I get excited. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'm not sitting here like I'm a hater, man. Why they get it? I didn't get it. I don't think like that, man. Because if I think that way, then what's going to happen is I'm blocking my blessings when they do come.
I'm not gonna say too many details, but when I booked this one of these network shows that I booked a few years back, I went to a premiere, and this actor, I don't even think they were trying to be negative, but they were, and they said, I saw that you booked this thing, and and I was like, man, like, I'm proud of you, but I went to my reps and say, why I didn't get that? Me and him are the same look, we're the same build, and I was just looking at him, and I'm not a confrontational person. But, let's not go there. You know what I mean? But it's just but just to see, that's what people are thinking versus congrats.
Yeah,
or
dude.
I'm the type of person, if you're winning, I'm going to say, hey, how'd you win? And all you're going to tell me is, this is how I did it, or I'm not telling you. I don't get offended either way, because closed mouths don't get fed, man. I'm going to ask questions. How do you win? How do you get to this point? How do you do that? And I see that with everybody there. Like you said, there's so much winning out here. Everybody can win and be cool and be smooth. It doesn't have to be the nitpicking and I don't like them because and this is my clique over here. It bothers me, man.
And the funny thing is that people don't realize that we can create things together, bro.
Yep.
Listen, we have social media for a reason.
Yeah.
Social media is there for us to utilize, whether it's promoting something we're involved in, or we want to get creative or do something. We can sit down and be like, you know what? Let's write something together.
Yeah.
Whether it's a short film or anything like that, we can do that. We can sit down. But everyone, you have some people that I feel like, the people that, if there are people that do hate out there, it's either they feel like their opportunities are being taken. No one's taking nothing from you, man. Nobody. You're taking it from yourself by being negative if that's the route you want to go.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for all that, man. Listen, I've been, listen, man, I'm going to be 50 next year, okay?
Yeah.
I moved to LA when I was 27, 28 years old, okay, to pursue a career in acting.
Yeah.
I didn't get my acting opportunity until I came back to Michigan.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I learned a lot living over there. I learned a lot of the basics of how to be being on set and stuff like that. And I also learned about, who you become friends with, because there's a lot of people out there there's a lot of people in LA that don't want you to do well.
Yeah, yeah.
But you live and you learn. You take that opportunity, you're like, you know what, hey, I'm good. And you just never quit. And then you work with the people you want to work with.
And so I just heard you say that, you said a mouthful of wonderful things, but you just said that you didn't get your opportunity till you came back here. Yeah. So I'm just going ahead and shoot. So do you think that the opportunities here with the indie and with Tubi, do you think is it leaving? Is it dying down? Is it going to be here?
Everybody's doing good over here, man. Crystal the doll.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I love her. She's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
She's killing it right now.
Yeah.
She don't live in L.A.
Right.
She's killing it. So listen, I would say this. So during the pandemic, I would say the pandemic was a gift and a curse. Mm-hmm. And this is why I say why. Because it allowed the world to utilize things that was already at our disposal. Mm-hmm. Meaning like Zoom and Teams. Those things were not utilized before.
Right.
Not to the extreme that it was used during the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. It was almost like just sitting in the back waiting.
Exactly. Yeah. So what happened? My first agent that I signed with happened during the pandemic.
Wow.
In Chicago. People ask me, how you get an agent? Do you know what I did?
What?
I went and found a bunch of agencies online, right? Mm-hmm. I found out who was accepting submissions, and I sent them an email. I did this for 6 months, nonstop, sending emails to everybody. Sometimes I'm sending them duplicate emails. And then what happened? I get a call from an agent in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. I told her, I said, I don't live in Chicago. She interviewed me Zoom. I was signed with them.
let me tell you why I love what you just said. Because people are in my DMs. People, when they see me about how do you do, and I tell them these things.
Oh yeah.
Find you some agencies. I don't have a manager. You don't need a manager right now. You might, because you're not making enough money to pay that manager right now. You get what I'm saying? So because that manager is going to get their cut. You get what I'm saying? That's after you get paid, though, because I just talked with somebody yesterday where they said this agency kept texting them and told them if they pay $100 a month, I'm like, stop. No. If they're still 2015 scamming like that, run. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I learned that in L.A.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me now, yeah.
So when I lived in Los Angeles, in L.A., they were like, one agency that I had met, okay, if you sign with us, we have a fee that you got to charge. We charge it. Like, fee for what?
Right.
a representation fee. I'm like, okay, but what are you doing for me?
Right.
And they're like, well, just to be law with. So I need to pay you just to be under your branch. What are you giving me in return?
Nothing.
And you want a percentage of when I book something?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Crazy?
So anybody that tells you got to pay up front, they're lying to you. That's not true. You pay your agency management when you book a job. That's the way it works. They're representing you. They're sending you on jobs. Yes. You book it, they get their percentage. That's how it's paid. You don't pay them ahead of time. Remember there's a place here in Michigan?
Yeah, there was a couple, but yeah, I remember.
No, it's called, they changed names. It used to be right there in Troy.
It was the Source. Right? Yeah.
I went there. Check this out. All right, check this out. I remember before I even left to LA, I went there one time, right? And the guy goes, they had this catwalk. And said, walk on the catwalk for me real quick, all right? Now listen, man. I'm not an ugly guy, but I ain't no darn model. The guy said, you could be a model. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Right.
He goes, all we need is $4,000. I'm like, for what?
Isn't it crazy?
He goes, headshots. I'm like, well, dude, I got a photographer. He can do my headshots for me. Oh, no, but we got to give you our headshots. I'm like, what's the difference, dude? A picture's a picture. And then they put you in this classroom, and they said, we're going to teach you the business of Hollywood. I'm like, business of what? I don't want to. I want to just act.
Right.
Why are we taking acting classes?
Come on.
And then they changed their name. I don't even want to give them any.
Right.
I don't want to give anything. But they went from Source and they went to something else. They're still doing that. So guys, be aware that it doesn't work that easy. It's not that. It's not as easy as you think. Oh, I just signed with them and they just sent me on auditions. Nothing like that. So whenever you see things like, you want to be in this movie, it doesn't work like that. You have to have an agent to get you an audition, and then if you do the audition, that's how you get booked. It's not so much of like, because trust me, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it.
Man, everybody would be an actor. And let me tell you this too, since we're here. I knew this stuff was going to start coming out of me at some point. Stop paying to audition. Stop paying, because you know what you're doing? You're funding their movie. And you won't even get a part in it. Yeah. So it's wrong. It's not right. And even when you, man, you about to get me in trouble, bro. Even when you go to these acting classes and they promise you a role at the end, that's not that. Trust me, you're funding their movie. Stop it. And people that are doing that to these actors, stop it. You know who you are. You know who you ain't. Just don't do it. Like, you know what I mean? You'll be surprised how my DMs are flooded, man, and how people say certain things, and I would never put them out there, but I would just be like, stop letting them swindle you. Like they're getting over on you, and you don't. Oh, it bothers me so much.
I tell people all the time. I said, listen, man, if you want to, that's when I did what I did during the pandemic. I said, listen, man, you just got to go out there and put your resume out there. Now, the thing where I lucked out is that I've done some commercials before. So I had a demo reel, and I did the student film. I did the short films in LA.
Okay.
So I had a demo reel. To show them if they want to see. So she saw my demo reel in Chicago, and she signed me based off of that. She said, okay, we you did your commercial work. I did a Hap commercial and a few other things. So they saw that stuff for me. So she knew. That's how I got signed on. But I had an email. I was emailing people every single day until finally somebody bit and they signed me and all that. But I tell people all the time, I said, listen, you want to find an agent? Build yourself a demo reel. And then find. I mean, listen, that's easier than when I first did it when I lived in LA. In LA, I had to do it differently. I had to go and print out 100 headshots, 100 resumes, and then I had to do the envelopes and all that, mail them out. Meanwhile, they're not gonna call you back.
No.
Because I didn't even do anything at that point. So they're just trashing my stuff. So I spend money for these headshots, these resumes that they're just gonna trash.
Yeah. I spent the money on headshots. And we're not just talking about the headshots themselves. That's money too. But we're talking about printing them out and hoping that they at least look at it.
No,
they'll throw it away. So
some of them will trash them because it's just they didn't. this guy's a new actor. He wants to be a new actor. Nope, garbage.
Yeah.
So I told people now that was the thing that I took advantage of during the pandemic was I said, you know what, man? I felt at one point I felt like, man, I'm not living in LA no more, man. I can't pursue acting no more, right? Mm-hmm. Then I realized, wait a second, man. They don't need to know I live. Nothing that. So I just started to submit resumes. And then I started to see, we started having projects here happening. Yep. I started seeing people do things here. And then before you know it,
here you are. You know, your
here
career.
I am now.
Yeah.
Because people ask me all the time, like, dude, how did you book your job? You live in Michigan. I'm like, because I have a manager now that took care of that. So I don't live in LA anymore. It's come to the point now where you don't even have to live in those states anymore.
And I tell people, and that's a part of the blessing and the curse of COVID, right? Where you used to have to go to LA, go to New York, go to Chicago, and really it was just LA and New York for years before Chicago and Atlanta even popped up. And now Detroit is making its own wave. You had to go there, but now you can audition in your basement. All you need now is a good camera phone, some lights, and a decent background, and you can audition. I auditioned for the role on the new Superman that just came. You know what I'm saying? From my house, like, you get what I'm saying. You don't have to pull up anymore. So
I auditioned for the second Black Panther.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were filming that in Puerto Rico, man.
Really?
I would have loved to have gotten that part.
Yeah.
I remember when I got there, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I lived in LA.
Yeah.
The mecca of all this. And I didn't get auditions like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
My friend who was my first guest on the show, Shantae Delon, and she talked about how she was here grinding, went to LA, got an agent out there, everything, manager, everything out there. But then she gets a call back from her agency here to say, come back and do a show called Detroiters on comedy. So she said, I went out there only to have to come back here and do the work.
And it's crazy because, LA is not cheap.
No.
It's a very expensive place to live at. And I always tell people all the time, like, now we're living in a world now where you don't have to, I come from an era where I had to go to my audition.
Yeah.
I had to go wait in line. They call my name. I went to those auditions in LA. We're not doing that no more. They're not doing face auditions anymore. Now they still do Zoom auditions.
Yeah. It's very rare if you get an in-person audition.
Very rare that they even do that. They're like, wow, we don't need to do that anymore.
Right.
Because it eliminates people showing up. They basically, and also too, they get to see who they want to see.
Yeah.
They're not getting a bunch of people in there. No, if they're auditioning for a role and they have a certain look of what they're looking for, they're gonna get the best 10 that they think, and that's it.
And
they don't have to wait in a lobby
for 1,000 people that look the same.
No,
and and at least 700 to 800 of them are gonna do it the same. Yeah. So they don't have to do this. The times have changed. We don't have to do that anymore, and it's a different day.
I don't miss that. I don't miss those in-person auditions.
You don't really?
It was fun, but what I like about doing it at home is you get to watch yourself.
Okay.
Right? And now you get to look at what they're not going to tell you. Because they're not going to tell you, that sucked, bro. I didn't like that audition or whatever like that.
Right.
That you did something wrong. You can watch yourself audition and be like, damn, I didn't like that. Like, when I booked my HAP commercial here, I did that audition 22 times.
I was about to ask, do you 22 times is crazy.
Because I was watching it, I was like, I don't like.
So do you put a limit on it now? Like how many times you gonna do?
Yeah, well now it's what I'll do is I won't do that many takes, but I'll do about 4 or 5.
Okay, yeah,
then I look at those. But when I did the HAP one, it's because my eye was doing something. It was closing on one, and it just looked weird. I'm like, why am I making that weird face? So, but I had to learn all those things. And my brother was always telling me, he was one of my younger brothers. He was like, dude, get a mirror and learn your face. Learn your face because your expressions are everything. The minute you start to learn that, you'll be able to learn how to react on certain times, certain words.
Yeah.
So just learn your face because you can, because what he used to do, my brother Phil, he went to school at MPI for directing.
Yeah.
He is very, very critical. We used to get into arguments when we auditioned for me, when he do my auditions with me.
Okay.
Because he would be like, dude, look at your eyes. Bro, it would irritate him.
Yeah.
And then we get to arguing to a point, I'm like, you don't forget it, bro. I don't need your help no more. You get like that. But then after a while, I start to realize, man, you know what? I see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because he's looking at it from a director's point of view.
Yeah.
He's not an actor.
Yeah.
He's looking at it from a director. So when we do my audition, he's like, dude, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Why is your eye doing this? Or you look sleepy. You're all right. You know what? Or if I would if I have the lines down, because I had a habit of learning the lines right away, and then when I get in front of the camera, I would forget the line. He was like, "Bro, go sit down, and rehearse the line."
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And he would be brutal like that, but then I understood why he was like that.
Yeah, it was
wanted,
molding you, perfecting.
Yeah, he wanted to get the best out of me. So I didn't know at the time. At that time I was like, man, you just being a jerk, man. I don't want to do this with you. But then he was like, no, just look at your face when you do the lines. Look at your eyes. Your eyes tend to wander around.
Yeah.
If your eyes wander around, that's not good. They're gonna tell you. They're gonna see that in an audition and tell you no.
Because most of the time, anyway, when you're filming or shooting, you're just a lot here. And then sometimes super close. You know what I mean? And so he actually was, like you said, he was helping you. He wanted to get the best out of you. And eye line is so important, y'all. I want y'all to know that your eye line, record yourself and look far off. And when you're doing these self tapes and stuff like that, just practice. Please practice your self-tapes. You don't have to wait to get an audition to practice a self-tape. Yeah. But, just figure out where your eye line is and all that stuff. I promise you, it will help you. Look, I got another question for you, but I don't want us to leave yet. But we want to check these. This is my favorite part of the day.
Oh, perfect.
I hope it's at least 3. No, it's going to be a bunch. Peaches, let's see what they're saying to us.
Let's see. Be nice, everybody.
Okay, so we're going to wait on them. We see reactions. Reactions are good, too. We thank y'all for the reactions. So let me ask you, I would like for you to say something to the people. So if you can give one piece of advice to old and new creatives, actors, comedians, or content creators who's just starting out, what would it be?
So I would say for actors, like I said, I told you I'm almost 50 years old, man. Mm-hmm. And people ask me why I still chase this career. I love it. I really enjoy doing it. And if you enjoy doing something, you should never stop. And don't do it with the anticipation of like, I'm going to be famous. Don't do any of those things. Mm-hmm. Do it because you love it. And then the rewards will come. Just like me doing the BET show. That came because of me me auditioning and doing those things. But I enjoy being on set. I love it. So truly just enjoy what you do. And when you enjoy it, man, it makes it more fun. And you take away the stress of not getting the audition. You just, because you're so excited you got an audition.
Yeah.
So for me, I've auditioned for like some really big projects that even though I didn't book it, I can say, man, I auditioned, and they've seen my face.
Yeah, come on.
So who knows what opportunities can come from that. And that can be the same thing for comedy, anything you want to do. Whatever you enjoy doing, don't stop doing it because something big hasn't happened. Keep doing it, man. Because as far as what I'm doing right now, I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I can do it, for as long as I'm here on this planet. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun doing it. So don't ever stop pursuing your dreams, what you're passionate about, what you love. Have fun with it.
Man, I love it. I love it. Y'all heard it from the man himself, man. Don't stop. Don't give up. Do it because you love it, not because you want the fame. No. The fame will come. The fame will come. And the accolades and the money, all that stuff will come. Find it, love it, make it a passion of yours and go crazy. Look, I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Bro, thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, man. And y'all go, what episode was the give them the name of the show, the episode and everything. Let's so they'll know.
So I was on America. I was on All the Queen's Men season 4. I'm on episode 411, 412, which has just aired. Check it out. I'm at the beginning of episode 11, and I'm in the middle of episode 12, man. That was fun to do. I look forward to doing more stuff. I'm excited to just be doing it. And then be on the lookout. I got a movie coming out this year, hopefully, where this is my first Spanish-speaking role. We filmed that here in Detroit, and I'm looking forward for everyone to see that, everyone to see me do this movie in Spanish. So I'm looking forward to be.
That's dope. Give them your Instagram, too, so they can follow you.
You guys can follow me at Sandro Rodriguez. That's my Instagram name on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me there. And stay tuned for our sketch comedy that's coming soon over at Sandro's Place. I'm working on putting that stuff together. You're going to be coming on.
I'm there.
We're going to be doing some fun stuff, so be on the lookout for that, man. And as always, keep supporting Marcus, man, with what he does here. This is an amazing platform to showcase amazing, talented people that are working hard. And this is not just for us. It's for everyone that wants to pursue it, but just know that this is a lot of work, but it does pay off once you do it.
That's it right there, man. Look, my brother, appreciate you having you on here, man. Thank you for coming. Y'all check him out. Support him. This is a great actor. He's on his way. I don't care what nobody says. He's on his way. We're on our way. You're on your way. In the great words of Denzel Washington, I'll see you on set.